Hello guys, this is going to be one of the final updates for the raised bed garden. Of course, we're going to be starting from raised bed 1 over here with the sorrel. These are sorrel leaves. In the past episodes, I called them another type of amaranth, but these are actually sorrel leaves or gongura, and we have harvested these multiple times, but they just keep growing again and again. So they're a truly prolific plant. And right after that, the beans have also been harvested multiple times, and they're still producing a few pods, but they're starting to whittle out, and soon they're gonna get out and die. And I'm thinking I'm gonna pull them out soon so I can plant peas or some other plants, winter crops here. It's already 62 degrees here during nighttime, so it's starting to get pretty cold. We have this huge eggplant bush, quote unquote, and it's getting really big and it has tons of eggplants on it. We harvested tons. We actually have so much, we're actually giving it away. There's more over there. There is more hanging, and it's pulling the whole plant down. Actually, there are 12 plants here, so yeah, these are just prolific eggplants, and we've been getting tons of them. Over here at the back, we have our tomatoes. As you can see, they are also starting to whittle out. They gave us a pretty good harvest. These are our determinate tomatoes. I thought that these were our indeterminate tomatoes, and I was starting to stake them up like them, but then I realized that these were our determinate ones, and then I stopped trimming them as much. Right next to there, we have our corn. The corn, as the other plants, has again whittled out, and since it's winter, we still have a few of these corn stalks to harvest, but these are the Indian corn, so it will get blue inside. If I open it up, it's gonna be blue corn.
One eternity later.
Oh, the corn is just blue. And then right next to that, we got the gourds here. We have gotten one pumpkin kind of gourd, or it's also called dosakai. The English word will be posted in the somewhere over here. And then again, this is also starting to whittle out. They're really getting infested by aphids and powdery mildew, but I'm trying to spray them as much as I can and do trimming, but it's really not helping since it's just winter time and this is the time that they really thrive. Down here, the marigolds are also thriving, but they are suffering from a mild case of powdery mildew. This was a totally prolific year for okra. As you can see, it's gotten so tall, and we got so much harvest from it. So much more from last year because we had so many more plants. And these are clumps and spineless, so you can just pluck them off like this. Yum, yum. Over here we have our tomatoes. These are our indeterminate tomatoes. These are the ones that have been keeping our tummies full during the past few months, and they still are going strong, but I have done some trimming at the bottom, and this used to be full of tomatoes, but we've plucked them, and most likely it's all in our tummies by now. But that's that. Over here, if I'm right, in the last one, this was filled with potatoes, or there was nothing in it, or maybe these were very small, because now I removed the potatoes. Actually, these potatoes right here, they're just starting to pop up because I must have left a few potatoes in there. And I'm just letting them stay because I don't want to remove them and damage the other roots. And the potatoes are going to be useless. So I'm just leaving them in and going to remove them with everything else and hope for a couple tiny ones. Over here, we have our taro root. It's starting to grow really good. And as I said before, that I think you guys never saw all of this, and I planted these only a few weeks ago. And they really multiply really quick, and they have multiple buds. They also have these really large leaves that are mainly used in curries. I also have this cayenne plant that I planted here that's producing pretty well given the stage that I planted it only a few days ago. I have this giant 5-pound tomato. I'm planning to keep one of these 5-pound tomatoes as the one to keep. And over here I just have an eggplant that has been pruned, and it's a Casper white eggplant. It isn't really doing too good, but I'm trying to prune it, and so I planted this from seed pretty late, so it exactly isn't doing too good. Wrapping around to this corner, we have our peppers. This is a huge bush, kind of, and starting off over here, we have these Thai chili peppers. We haven't had to go to the Indian store a single time, or any store this whole summer, to get any type of peppers. And we as Indians eat tons of these spicy chilies for our curries and Asian dishes, and we actually didn't go a single time this whole summer. And since I'm planning to remove this plant and put it indoors, since peppers are perennial, we're gonna have it the whole winter, so no more going to the Indian store for peppers for us. Our Carolina Reaper is just starting to flower, and there are a few developing peppers that are just super tiny, but I just hope at least we can get a few of those before winter comes. These peppers are truly prolific. Just this one plant, as you can see, has tons on there, and these are the yellow bells. As you can see, they turn orange and yellow once in a while, and they're all over, and they're totally loaded. So you can see just this one plant has 6 peppers. And the Mad Hatter, I would say, is a fan favorite in my opinion, because it has such a cool look, and it's not spicy, and it tastes beautiful. It produces so good, and it's super easy to grow. On this side, we have the green bell peppers. These plants have so many bells that they're even starting to fall down. These green bell peppers, the reason I'm not harvesting them is because they will turn red, and after they do, I'll harvest them. As you can see, oh my god, over here one of the plants fell down because of how heavy it was. I'll take this inside the kitchen and we'll eat this for dinner. These Anaheims have been harvested again and again and again, and they're still loaded to the brim, full of Anaheims. Over here we have our Fresno chilies. They're doing pretty good. They have a lot of buds, and these are mid-spicy. I know these are called hot peppers, but though these don't even feel spicy for us. But for most people, I'd say these are kind of spicy, but if eaten properly, they don't get any spice at all. So that's our peppers. Moving on to our last raised bed over here. For this whole place used to be full of these zucchini ones, and I removed them all because I really wanted to plant something else better. And over here I planted these real zucchinis, but they've been infested with aphids, and I keep trying to spray them and using precautions with organic pesticides, but they keep getting aphids. I have no idea what to do. Next, I'm planning on to put some ladybugs, so I hope that helps. As you can see, there's tons of aphids. Focus, please. Thank you. And as you see in the back, please focus. Yep, all of those aphids everywhere. And I just left one in, the one that was doing most prolifically, and it seems like it's gonna get a few more, but I'm just gonna leave that in. And continuing on, our basil and herbs garden. These guys have been doing truly prolifically. As you can see, there's a bee going around the flowers right now gathering nectar, and these have also been, talking about bees, these have been attracting tons and tons of bees, and you can see each and every one of those flowers getting pollinated. Anyways, continuing on, we have this Thai basil and we have this opal basil. And right in front of that, we have a few garlics, chives, and a few green onions. There's an oregano plant here. I hope that's gonna get recovered, but it kind of died due to the heat. I hope it comes back. And behind that, we have this turmeric that I planted. It's not doing the greatest of greatness, but it's doing something. This is actually a plant that I planted 2 years ago, and it sprouted finally in a pot, so I just threw it in there. Over here, I have this amaranth that are not doing exactly too good because of the heat. This is Sankalp from the Green Thumb Gardening channel, and bye. Thank you guys for watching my video. Please cultivate that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already.